Good morning children. Today we are going to study about the physical properties of aldehydes and ketones. In the previous videos we have already studied about how to do the UPSC naming, how to write the structures and preparation methods of aldehydes and ketones. So today we are going to study about physical properties of aldehydes and ketones. What are the physical properties we are studying in organic chemistry? Yes, that is the first physical property is melting point and boiling point. Then the second physical property is solubility. And the third physical property that we are studying is odor or smell. So these are the three physical properties mainly we are studying in organic chemistry. So first we will see melting point and boiling point of aldehydes and ketones. We have already studied in the previous chapters what is the order of or what is the increasing order of melting point and boiling point when we compare all the functional groups like alcohols, phenols, halogen compounds, carboxylic acid, ethers, etc. with hydrocarbons. What do you mean by hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons are the compounds which do not contain any functional group. They contain only carbon and hydrogen. So what is the increasing order of melting point and boiling point? Yes, that means hydrocarbons are having the lowest melting point and boiling point. Then comes ethers. After ethers, haloalkanes and haloarenes. Then comes aldehydes, ketones. Then yes, alcohols, phenols. And the last, carboxylic acids. So once again, draw this box in your notebook. Okay, so from this it is very clear that is hydrocarbons are having the lowest melting point and boiling point and carboxylic acids are having the highest melting point and boiling point. So here we have to compare the melting point and boiling point of aldehydes and ketones with other functional groups. So from this it is clear that aldehydes and ketones are having, the first point to remember, aldehydes and ketones are having less or low melting point and boiling point than hydrocarbons, ethers and haloalkanes and haloarenes. Generally we can call them as halogen compounds. So first question is, why aldehydes and ketones are having high melting point and boiling point than hydrocarbons and ethers? The reason is, in aldehydes and ketones, we know that they are carbonyl compounds and they contain carbonyl group, that is C double bond O, and the C double bond O is highly polar in nature due to the high electronegativity of oxygen. So carbon is delta plus and oxygen is delta minus, and always remember this carbon is known as carbonyl carbon, that is electrophilic in nature because it is positively charged, and this carbonyl oxygen is negatively charged. So due to this polar nature there is weak molecular association in aldehydes and ketones, and we know that wherever there is molecular association, okay, wherever there is molecular association, that compound will be having higher melting point and boiling point. So why aldehydes and ketones are having high melting point and boiling point than hydrocarbons and ethers? Once again, the reason is in aldehydes and ketones there is weak molecular association due to dipole-dipole interaction. In aldehydes and ketones there is weak molecular association due to dipole-dipole interaction, and this molecular association is completely absent in hydrocarbons and ethers. Now the next question is, when we compare the melting point and boiling point of aldehydes and ketones with alcohol, phenols and carboxylic acids, they are having low melting point and boiling point. What is the reason? Because we know that in alcohols, phenols and carboxylic acids there is strong intermolecular hydrogen bonding or strong molecular association. Okay, so alcohols and phenols and carboxylic acids, they are having higher melting point and boiling point than aldehydes and ketones. What is the reason? Because in alcohols, phenols and carboxylic acid there is molecular association. What type of molecular association? Strong molecular association. But in aldehydes and ketones there is only weak molecular association. So here strong molecular association due to intermolecular hydrogen bonding. While in the case of aldehydes and ketones there is only weak molecular association due to dipole-dipole interactions. So note down these two questions. Now the second physical property is solubility. Okay. Now usually in organic chemistry we are studying the solubility of organic compounds mainly in water, isn't it? So, and we know that those compounds which are soluble in water means they can form hydrogen bond with water. And those compounds which are insoluble in water means they cannot form hydrogen bond with water. So here lower aldehydes and ketones. What do you mean by lower aldehydes and ketones? With less number of carbon atoms. For example, HCHO. What is HCHO? Formaldehyde or methanol. Then CH3CHO, that is ethanol or acetaldehyde. Then the lowest or the simplest ketone, that is CH3COCH3, that is acetone or propanone, etc. So these are the lower aldehydes or ketones with less number of carbon atoms. So such aldehydes and ketones are highly soluble in water. What is the reason? Because all these compounds can form hydrogen bond with water. So how we can represent? Wherever we write the answer as they can form hydrogen bond with water, we have to show the hydrogen bonding. So for example, if we take ketone as example, how we can represent ketones generally? R, C double bond O, R. If they can form hydrogen bonding, how we can draw the hydrogen bonding? Water is H2O. So there is intermolecular hydrogen bonding between the oxygen atom of carbonyl group and hydrogen atom of water. And this is the intermolecular hydrogen bonding. So the first point is lower aldehydes and ketones are soluble in water. The reason is they can form hydrogen bond with water. And this is the hydrogen bond representation. We are used to represent hydrogen bonding by using dotted lines. Here the hydrogen bonding is between two molecules, so it is called as intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Now what happens in the case of higher aldehydes and ketones? The solubility decreases or they will be insoluble. What is the reason for that? A very good example for such an aldehyde or a ketone is, for example, benzaldehyde. isn't it? Benzaldehyde will be insoluble in water. Why benzaldehyde is insoluble in water? The reason is due to, very important, due to this part. What is this part known as? Hydrocarbon part. And we know that the hydrocarbon part is always hydrophobic. Okay. So, what do you mean by higher aldehydes and ketones? Those aldehydes and ketones with long hydrocarbon chain or bigger hydrocarbon part. So, in the case of benzaldehyde, the hydrocarbon part is bigger or larger in size. And the hydrocarbon part is always hydrophobic in nature. So, the compound will be remaining as insoluble in water. So, there is a question. CH3CHO. Note down the question. CH3CHO is soluble in water, whereas benzaldehyde is insoluble in water. Why? And we know that the common pattern in organic chemistry is give reason questions. So, why acetaldehyde is soluble in water and benzaldehyde is insoluble in water? The reason is acetaldehyde can form hydrogen bond with water, but benzaldehyde cannot due to the large hydrophobic hydrocarbon part. Hope it is clear to you. So, remember, lower aldehydes and ketones are soluble in water because they can form hydrogen bond with water, but as the size of the hydrocarbon part or as the length of the hydrocarbon part increases, solubility decreases and the compound will remain as insoluble in water. Now, the third property is odor or smell. The first point is the lower aldehydes and ketones are having sharp and pungent odors. So, remember, lower aldehydes and ketones means the aldehydes and ketones with less number of carbon atoms. And such compounds are having sharp and pungent odors. Then, the second point is, as the size of the molecule increases, the smell becomes less pungent and more fragrant. Therefore, many of the naturally occurring aldehydes and ketones are used in blending of perfumes and as flavoring agents. So, this is about the odor or smell. So, remember, lower aldehydes and ketones are having sharp and pungent odor, but as the size increases, it becomes more fragrant. Okay. Now, there is one question. Note down in-text question 12.3. Note down in-text question 12.3. The question is to arrange the compounds in the increasing order of their melting point and boiling point. And the compounds given are CH3CHO, CH3CH2OH, then CH3OCH3, and the last one is CH3CH2CH3. So, these are the compounds given in the question. The question is to arrange the following compounds in the increasing order of their melting point or boiling point. And we know that increasing order means we have to start from the compound with low boiling point to higher boiling point. So, first see the questions. What are the molecules given here? We have to check whether same functional group is given or different functional groups are given. So, see the first one, it is an aldehyde. CH3CHO is an aldehyde. Second one is CH3CH2OH. So, it is an alcohol. Third one is CH3OCH3. So, it is an ether. Very good. And the last one, there is no functional group, only carbon and hydrogen atoms are present. So, they can be called as hydrocarbon. And we know the order, isn't it? So, which will come first? We know that hydrocarbons are having the lowest melting point and boiling point. So, what should we write first? Yes, the hydrocarbon, that is CH3, CH2, CH3. Then which one has? Yes, ether. So CH3O CH3. And the next one is what? Aldehydes. Very good. So CH3CHO. And the last one is alcohol. So CH3CH2OH. So this is our answer. So note down question number 12.3. Okay, thank you.